Centers for Spiritual Living, we've been exploring the topic of moving from good to great to grand. To grand. And last week I shared about our inner landscape and how observing, being curious, and discovering are starting points in moving from that good to great to grand, something better in our life. And everyone has a different thought about what that means to them. So my talk today is, got values? Nothing informs our activity in the world more than our values. The space where our inner world is reflected in our outer presence. Think about that. Where are your values leading you? Like I said last week, where are you coming from? You know, it's good to recognize that. So let's look at our core values. The dictionary definition of values is a set of ethical beliefs and preferences that determine our sense of right and wrong. Values are individual beliefs that motivate people to act one way or another. That's a powerful word, motivate. They serve as a guide for human behavior. Generally, people are predisposed to adopt the values they're raised with, believing that those values are right because they're the values of their particular culture or upbringing. That's the dictionary definition. I believe that when we live a life guided and aligned by our deepest core values, we can transform our approach to so many aspects of our lives. Our relationships, our personal growth, the way we engage in the world, even in how we vote on policies or anything, or people. So what values are guiding you? And are they taking you where you want to go? Because our values actually broadcast who we are, don't they? John Maxwell said, "Your core values are the deeply held beliefs that authentically describe your soul." You know, at our Board of Trustees meetings every month, we read aloud our mission, our vision, and our values. We have this little card that the board reads. This is what we believe. And our values as a Board of Trustees for you are spirituality, loving kindness, respect, commitment, and gratitude. And we commit to those values. So everybody got a yellow paper, yes? The value paper. Now I know there's a lot of words on here, and it goes in alphabetical order. There's a lot of words. But what we're going to do is I want you to look through it quickly, go from the top and just scan it or however you want to do it. And look at your selections for your values, 10 of them. You're going to circle 10. Not the values you think you should have or based on the expectations of others. Something that when you read that word, it's like, yes. And I want you to not overthink this. We're not going to spend a lot of time. So you're going to circle your top 10. Go ahead and begin. And if yours isn't on there, you can always write one in. Circle your top 10. And if your pen doesn't work, throw it away. We have plenty of pens. Sometimes they don't work when you're on your lap. lot of words. You just got to go through quick. 10. They're not jumping off the page. Okay, whatever. You can do this later also if you want more time. Because you're going to take it home. Okay, look up when you're done. I feel like I'm in school. Taking my test. Okay, look at it. Those circle ones. Again, don't overthink it because these are not static. These change over time, believe me. So now look at those ones you circled, and you're going to star next to your top 5 from those 10. Your top 5 star from those 10. So from the 10 you circled, your top 5, star them. Okay? That one's a little quicker. Now take a breath. Now you're going to choose your top 3 from the 5, and you're going to underline your top 3 core values. And these represent your core values at this moment, right? Like I said, they are not static, and they can change over time. Are there any surprises for you? Interesting. So we're going to affirm. I want you to write your 3 on the top of your page in big letters so you know what your 3 core values are, because we're going to come back to that later. So just write in big words your 3 top values at the top of the page or somewhere where it's obvious. Great. So we're going to affirm together out loud. You're going to say your 3 core values. And before that we say, I affirm my core values of, We're just going to say it together so we create a thought atmosphere in this room. We know in Science of Mind teachings, thought atmosphere is very powerful. So these words have meaning to you and to us. So, I affirm my core values of, and you're going to say your 3. So we're going to say together. I affirm my core values of. Again, I affirm my core values of. Take a breath. Let's do it one more time. I affirm my core values of. Great. You can put that aside for now. And later I'm going to have you put the pens in the basket when you do your giving. Thank you, Casey, for reminding me to collect the pens. So have you ever considered what drives your decisions and behaviors in your life? What if our values are like a North Star or a beacon that guide us through life's complexities and help us to make decisions that can bring us joy and satisfaction? Practicing our core values and learning to live from them is a transformative journey. So today we're going to look at our attention, our beliefs, and our passions as steps in leading a value-led life. Because this starts by cultivating mindfulness of noticing and directing our attention towards our core values. Delving into our beliefs, questioning them if they're not serving us, refining them, and ensuring that our beliefs are in harmony with our authentic self. And then by exploring our passions, what gives us joy, the spark of inspiration in us, we open to greater good. So this trio alignment brings a strong movement for us from good to great to grand as we activate our values. The great Brene Brown in her book Rising Strong said, integrity is choosing courage over comfort. It's choosing what's right over what is fun or easy. It's choosing to practice your values rather than just professing them. Practicing our values. So think about, what are some areas in your life where you're not living from your values? And are you willing to shift? Remember the sesame seed scales from last Sunday's talk? Powerful. Those one seeds can change you and the world. So in order to utilize our core values, we need to know they're there. And it builds, I think, a strong foundation. You know, like when a house is being built, you want good materials, right? You want good wood, you want good concrete, you want good nails. And living from our values is like building your character, your thought, your vibration. These are the nails that hold your house together. Each thought is important, and like in construction, if there's a bent nail, you just remove it, right? You don't get all upset about it. Oh my God, I have a bent nail. You just pull it out and you replace it with a new one. Ask Carol, she's a construction person.
Okay, it may upset me a little.
You pull it out. Just like an old thought that's not working for you, you pull it out and you replace it with one of higher value, providing the perfect construction in your mind. I remember when we were remodeling our house, and we tore up all the carpets and the flooring, and I got a big marker pen and I wrote on the floor divine qualities everywhere. Love, joy, peace, harmony, and even on the walls before we painted them. I did this one in pencil. I put words all over the house. Because underneath, when everything then was laid, the energy vibration of those words was in there. And those were my values. I think values are very much like divine qualities, don't you? I mean, they're kind of the same thing. So maybe the next time you remodel, you can put some positive graffiti all over your house before it's replaced. It was a lot of fun to do that. So the first alignment tool with our values is attention. Attention. Have you ever heard where your attention goes, your energy flows? I know you know that. So think about where you spend your time and attention during the day. Think about how you spend your money and your resources. Think about who you admire in your life and who you don't like, who you dislike, and who gets most of your attention. Got caught. The great Michael Beckwith said, as the alchemist of your own life, which you all are, find a bit of the frequency you want to experience and place your attention there. As it becomes your perception, live from there. So again, it brings us back to where you're coming from. What are you paying attention to? Where we direct our attention and energy determines what we experience and ultimately prioritize in our life. So when we focus our attention on the aspects of that align with our core values, we then become more attuned to what matters to us. And ultimately, I think, attention serves as a compass that guides us to a path to live from our values. And understand that different values can coexist. as long as we're clear on what we will do or won't do, what we will be or won't be, and what we will say or won't say. We have to be clear. Values, I think, keep us honest, don't they? Everybody's nodding good. And, you know, in the real world, we have to be with people who have different values. Aha! Oh, darn it! Why can't everybody think like we do? They don't. Welcome to the real world. So I believe spiritual living is about being in this diverse world of shifting values and being in it with wisdom, with understanding, with grace. And trusting that everything is working out for good. Somehow. And I think that that's more possible when we really get clear on where am I coming from? Where am I paying the coin of attention in my life? Is it on that person that I really don't like their values? Am I just paying so much attention to them that I can't even be who I am? Take a breath with that. So another tool for alignment with our values is our beliefs. We talk about beliefs a lot here. Sometimes they work really well for us. Sometimes they're old. And by consciously exploring and aligning our beliefs with our authentic selves, we can then create that value system that reflects us to live in more integrity with who we are. I don't know, are any of you holding on to old limiting beliefs that don't fit you anymore? No, I know you're not. You brought them in with those old clothes over there. Did you know that the only place a limiting belief lives is in your mind? You made it up. You made it up. The good news we learn here in the science of mind is you can unmake it. You can turn it. You can change it. Change your thinking. Change your life. Hello. So the meanings of events come from our mind. In truth, events and situations have no meaning. It's what we give it. It just happened, right? It's an event. It happened, a situation. It's the meaning we give to the events that cause our suffering, not the event. Events do have consequences, but they don't have meaning. They can't make you feel anything unless you say yes. We want to dissolve the meaning we give something if it's limiting us, if it doesn't feel good, if it makes us feel yucky. And we know that, right? I mean, we can viscerally feel that. So can we become, like we did last week, the observer, and just notice, oh, wow, that's not feeling so good for me to talk that way, or to hear that, or just to notice it. So I want you to think of a situation right now that upsets you in your life. And what is your belief around that? What's your limiting belief around that? I invite you to close your eyes. Take a breath. Know you're in a safe place here. And just imagine you could give this event or situation a different meaning. Whatever happened, just imagine. Imagine it's different. And say to yourself, I made this limiting belief up. I made it up. I'm the creator of my life. I'm consciousness that creates belief. And I now choose to release this old belief about this situation and its meaning in my life. I made that limiting belief up. I did, didn't I? Take a breath. Say to yourself, what might it feel like if I let go? And I give myself permission to shift the meaning of this event and situation. What would it feel like? have a new, higher thought about this situation, what would it be right now? What do I want to believe now? How can I apply my core values to this situation? Yeah. Take a breath and open your eyes. You know, one of my favorite Ernest Holmes quotes, I cleanse the window of my mind that it may become a mirror reflecting inspiration from the Most High. I say that quote a lot when I get muddled up in my mind. I cleanse the window of my mind that it may become a mirror reflecting inspiration from the Most High. Because if I do that, I'm going to come from my core values. I know that. I'm not going to come from a place of separation. So the next idea of aligning with our values is our passion. One of the first questions I ask my coaching clients is, what are you passionate about? What brings you joy? And for some people, that comes really easily. And for others, they have no clue. Ask yourself, what are you passionate about? What brings you joy? Eric Butterworth said, there's a hidden genius in each person, which we each give expression to through commitment, discipline, enthusiasm, and passion. So it's so important to understand the things that stir us in passion, what we're passionate about, points us in the direction of our values. Again, I keep coming back to that. Our passions are powerful currents that flow through our being that guide us towards experiences that bring us joy and contentment. And when we connect with our passions, what we truly love, we gain insight into what truly matters to us on a deeper level. So in aligning with our passions, it points us in the direction of actualizing a life that resonates with those core beliefs. So this trio alignment of attention, belief, and passion creates this movement from good to great to grand. Don't you think? Yep. So look at your yellow paper again. And your top three. And let's do this again 3 times. I affirm my core values of... Again, I affirm my core values of... Really say it like you believe it, people. I affirm my core values of... So if you value kindness, be kind. If you value cooperation, cooperate. If you value respect, be respectful. If you value creativity, be creative. As Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. So we have to be it. We have to embody it. It's not just words, actually. So your assignment this week, if you so choose to do it, wasn't that Mission Impossible?
Yes.
Yeah. Is to, when you go home today, I want you to write down your 3 core values on a sticky note or an index card in big letters, and daily contemplate, meditate, do spiritual mind treatment on each value, and invite it to show up in your life. Be it. Stay true to it. And watch the miracles happen. No matter what you're going through.
Keep on going.
Keep on going, that's right. Because guaranteed something will shift. but you have to do the work. So are you willing?
Yes.
Great. Let's take that into prayer. Oh, how good it is to take this moment of recognition of the omnipresence, omniscience, and omniscient one, power, infinite, loving source, the Holy One, the presence, the divine creator, who contains all of these values and more. The energy, the movement, the integrity, the strength, the understanding, the vitality, the calmness, the bravery, the attention. All of this is divine. And so we claim today that these qualities fill us, move us forward into this thing called life. That we become this, we become these with such joy in our hearts. We simply allow it to be us, as this holy presence moves in and through our being, our physical body, our mental body, our emotional body, our spiritual body. And anything that is unlike that divineness is let go of, released, dissolved into the nothingness that it is. We stand on our power. We stand on holy ground. We stand in the unity of the one. And so I bless each of you this week, knowing that something wonderful happens, something opens up, you let go, you let God, and miracles occur. And it is with joy in my heart that I know the truth has been spoken, and we just let it be. And join me in affirming. And so it is.